Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Roby, and Mscribe, and today we're going to be talking about some foosball. You seen that movie?
There's a movie called Foosball?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I've seen Basketball from the South Park guys.
Well, it's not called foosball.
Are you talking about Waterboy?
Waterboy, yeah.
Oh, dude, what the? It's not called Foosball.
And it's
dude.
not, we're talking about football, but it's not American football.
It's called football.
So we have completely transitioned from crypto to sports.
It was our dream all along, dude. We've been waiting for this moment, right? The ultimate pivot.
Yeah, so who you're drafting tonight, dude?
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm screwed. Yeah, this is the crappy part, right? I wish... So there's a new crypto phenomenon kind of like rippling through the zeitgeist, but...
It's called FootBall.Fun, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was thinking, why football? But I quickly realized it had nothing to do with it.
What do you mean? You don't like soccer, dude? Or what?
I mean,
the whole world likes soccer.
Yeah, I think it's a perfectly acceptable form of sport, but...
I agree.
You know, I don't know. I was born and bred and raised in Texas, dude. That's just not what we do down here. Right? We don't grow up on the soccer fields, dude. We grew up in the
No, we didn't.
In the trenches, dude, and like in the field of
getting padded up
and going through the gauntlet, dude.
Yeah,
pushing freaking sleds and like breaking our necks and backs at the very young age, taking protein supplements probably way before you should.
Yeah,
just to bulk up, shit like that, right?
Right.
So, but still, I can appreciate that this is the world's biggest sport.
Yeah.
Right. For many reasons, it's very accessible. All you need is a ball and an open
net.
plane.
Yeah.
Maybe like some obstacles. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you got yourself a sport. So, crypto has now decided to
co-opt it,
tokenize it, coin it.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Co-opt it, swallow it whole, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we've seen this before. Remember the last cycle, NBA Top Shots?
Yeah, it was great.
It was hugely great. If you got in on Top Shots early days, which we know some people who did, man, why didn't you? Because you liked basketball.
I really did. I don't know. I mean, I think that was in a time frame where I was starting to be less interested in basketball.
Oh no, dude! What a terrible time frame.
Yeah.
You know, had you still been inclined, you probably would have partook, right?
I probably would have. Yes.
I would like to own this guy passing the ball, this moment, the shot, if you will, or this guy dunking like Blake Griffin. Style.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if had you done that, you probably would have experienced like 100 or to 1,000x.
Yeah.
Which we know some people who maybe invested a few $1,000.
That's right.
And they became millionaires.
They're retired.
They're not in crypto anymore.
Yeah.
They bought houses. They're gone. They're like, screw that thing. It's probably never going to happen again. But maybe this is it.
Yeah. All right. So if you can imagine FootBall.Fun, it's a little bit of what you're thinking, but not exactly. So on FootBall.Fun, you can buy shares in digital representations of soccer players, football players.
Right.
And the more people buy in, the higher the share prices go. And essentially, it's a game. It's a game where you buy these shares, you buy these packs. And so you think of a pack, immediately you think of like cards.
Collectibles,
NFTs. But no. You get fungible tokens of the players, the shares of the players inside that pack.
Correct. Yeah. So they're creating a new market, if you will, around the speculative value of an individual player, essentially.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Well, there's like a fantasy sports angle to it, right?
Yeah.
If you've ever partook in that, it's like you set up your own squad, your own team of players every week, I think. And then you get to... Actually, I think you draft these players like at the start of the season, and then you have to like shuffle them around based on how well you think they're going to do that, you know, when the next game happens.
Yeah.
If you score the most points, then you win that week's tournament prize or whatever.
It's basically like fantasy football, except tokenized.
Yeah, that's what this is kind of... I think it's a similar model in the sense like you need to own shares of the players you think are going to do well. You set up your squad. If they perform decent in the market...
That's right.
Or not in the market.
In the game.
Yeah. In competition. Yeah. Then you earn more, right? So that's what dictates the supply and demand of this stuff, right? Some players just crushing it, dude. Nobody knew him, but like, you know, outbreak season.
Yeah.
You could imagine his
value going up,
his stock to rise.
Yeah. So clearly feels like we're transitioning from like the good old analog days to now everything being digitized and tradable.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty good future.
What do you mean by analog days?
It's just like you used to just watch the game, right?
Yeah.
And that was like the tradition. You just like Sunday night, watch the game, talking about American football. And then that was it. That was the end of the night. But now it's like now people are gambling.
Yeah.
Right? And now eventually, not yet, but eventually, you're going to essentially gamble on not the outcome of the game, but the outcome of a career.
You're not gambling, dude. You're investing.
Yeah.
You're making sound, investable decisions here.
/ gambling.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's like a little bit of gray territory here, right? Because this is an unexplored territory, I think.
Well, I always think about Tom Brady because he's one of the best athletes ever, right?
One of?
Yes, one of
the
best athletes ever.
There are others.
Yeah, there are others. I would put Michael Jordan quite up there.
Who
right?
else? Maybe Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. And that's about it. Just 3.
John Jones? I don't know.
Tiger Woods, dude.
Tiger Woods. Yeah, he's up there, dude. He's up there in the Mount Rushmore of like all-time greats.
Yeah,
for
top
sure.
10.
But Tom Brady is the greatest, but I digress.
Well, you don't have any shares of him, dude, so you got wrecked, unfortunately.
So I think of him because he what round did he get drafted in? 4?
Seventh, right?
7th?
Sixth or
Sixth.
seventh? Sixth,
Yeah.
Pick 200 something.
6th, 200th, right? So his market cap is very low.
Oh my God, like peanuts, dude.
Like nobody would have been buying his token.
Except for Bill Belichick. He's the only one who somehow saw magic in that guy.
It's like
dude.
one holder.
Yeah, he dumped his Drew Bledsoe for Tom Brady.
Yeah,
remember?
That's right. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna dump this guy we're paying a fortune for this like nobody who's like totally out of shape.
Yeah.
But in practice, he just looks legit. I know, dude. What a legacy.
What a call, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you could have bought Tom Brady in those days, you would have been a millionaire.
Yeah, man. There's been many times where I've called like athletic greatness ahead of time. Josh Allen is my current day prize pick, but I don't have anything to show for it.
Yeah.
So this is the reality I'd like to live in, actually. And I think a lot of people would.
I think given enough time, all the NFLs and NBAs and all the major leagues, they're going to do this because it just makes sense.
Yeah, it's a whole new layer of we see what these markets can do. Like at Pumped.Fun, how much revenue is that generating?
Yeah, shit ton of money.
Billions. And this is billions of dollars that can be added to the industry of sport that can, make players more
not only
lucrative.
have a super engaging community. They're locked in if 100%. They're spending money for number go up.
Yeah, that's the cool. I think that's what's cool about what's happening this cycle. Whether it's Zora and the idea of, leveraging these capital markets to, enable upside exposure for the people who are following, creator types.
Yeah. Instead
of just feeding them follower subscriptions and follower accounts so that the creator themselves is the only one getting rich. It's like the market of the people who are following along, they're getting upside exposure too, right? It's I don't know. I think it's much more conducive for a better future, especially when there's like labor shortages and such.
Yeah. Plus, if your team really pisses you off, you just sell their tokens, and then that would feel good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
like you wouldn't have cowboy tokens for that long, would you?
Dude, I would have dumped that a long time ago, for sure.
And then bought back next year. This is our year, dude.
Yeah, perpetual capitulation, and then just like get smoke and mirrored every preseason. It's like, this is the one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid for every single team.
Yeah, it's tough. So it's actually very challenging. So yeah, this is a new thing that's happening in crypto. It's a new market, but obviously not everyone's going to be able to partake.
There's a chance that this outcome may not be good because then the players can take a short position on their own career or play or game or whatever.
Yeah.
And tank it and make it a ton of money.
Yeah, but haven't there already been allegations of that? Like,
I guess
the
you
mafia
could still
would
do
place
it.
like a huge bet and then it's like threaten the life of a player. It's like you're gonna flop this game.
Yeah, and the referees get paid too, which has happened in the NBA.
Yeah, I think that is one of the prediction. So all this leads to the idea of prediction markets, right? And it's something that can be gamed, I think.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, especially in sports.
Just in general.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do this with boxers. That is so rigged. It's disgusting.
Correct.
All right. So anyway, moving on. All right. So we got football.fun, and so it's a platform, and it's generated $400,000 in fees.
And this is an old tweet from like a couple of days ago. I think since then.
2 days ago, dude.
Yeah, I think since then it's already crossed like 1 million.
Holy.
I think.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty explosive over the weekend. Basically, almost every influencer on crypto Twitter has at least mentioned it, right?
Yeah.
And you've seen the P&L statements across. It's like, dude, I just like 10x my money.
Yeah.
And I've only been playing for like 12 hours. So what you're seeing here is that initial parabolic rush,
right.
Uprising, because the market is becoming aware of it, and people are just piling in their capital, and therefore driving the price of everything up.
Yeah.
But of course, that doesn't last forever. You're gonna have boom and bust periods, but the question is, can this sustain? Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah. So we got another tweet here that explains the game itself. So you probably heard about football.fun already, but you don't know how it works. It's a fantasy football game where players equal coins, and your football IQ actually makes you money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How many of us have football IQ just like stowed away?
I'm sure a lot of people do because it's a very popular sport, but us, not really.
Right. That's what makes this like a difficult endeavor for
us,
for the sideliners.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But this is why hopefully this expands to other sports markets, because if this was true football.fun.
Yeah.
We'd be smashing it out there, dude.
Yeah.
I would be having a good old time, right?
Yeah. All right. So this thread explains like all the like details associated.
It's basically like an onboarding guide if you wanted to partake. If you have football IQ stowed away, congratulations. This is your moment. This is your market. You're tired of getting rugged on meme shitters, but you have some capital to deploy. I would recommend this. Right?
Yeah. All right. So we're looking at another platform here, FDV Tracker, which is football.fun tracker.
This looks cool.
Yeah. We got a bubble chart of
jerseys, dude.
Of jerseys.
Who's that guy? Pedro. Dean. Man, I can't even pronounce half these guys, dude.
Yeah.
Mark Cucurella.
Yeah.
Damn. So they're obviously hot for whatever reason. But the rest of them seem to be doing pretty bad.
Yeah, but look at this chart. It's up and to the right.
That's the kind of chart you want, dude.
Yeah, this is market daily over the last 30 days.
Yeah, so you could tell very recently this thing really just kind of took off. Pretty explosive.
Yeah, so volume and traders. So traders are up. There's 8,000 traders. Volume 7.8 million.
Not bad. I mean, not like the most in the world.
Well, yeah, you want to find early, right? That's kind of the point of this.
Yeah, that's the question I'm sure a lot of people are asking is like, there's already been so much hype and euphoria, right? I myself tend to be cautious when I see everybody on the timeline posting like six-figure P&Ls.
Yeah.
It's typically a top signal. It's like there's just too much euphoria. So you might want to like step back a bit and wait for that to kind of cleanse itself away.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I mean, at 8,000 doesn't seem like a lot. But yeah, there's a lot of euphoric tweets out there.
For now, yeah. So you got to let that kind of like let it settle.
Yeah. Once this comes down, then, seriously look into it.
Yeah.
And we got a trading list here. So let's move on. So there's a tweet here. It's like, well, is this licensed? Right. And so Adam, who's part of the team, he's quote tweeting, I guess, someone talking about it from a legal perspective. So he says, having worked on this for over a year, and I checked this extensively with a lawyer with 20 years plus in the sports industry, including representing FIFA, who went through each kit, badge, icon, and player mark in our app. We made appropriate adjustments and received their sign-off that we are using our official data license fairly and are in a strong position comparable to a myriad of existing unofficially licensed fantasy sports platforms such as DraftKings. Mm-hmm. Interesting. But hey, if you want to make a guy on crypto Twitter who's worried, I'll ask him again. And so this guy, he's saying, I just asked a bunch of AI to get what their response is. This AI says that there's a defensible position, but not completely. And then this one says there's a ton of risk, and that this football.fun is operating in a high-risk legal gray area.
Yeah, so this is a differentiator between NBA Top Shots and
NBA Top Shots was licensed. This is not licensed.
Yeah.
The argument here is that the players' union should be licensing this stuff because you're using the players' names.
Yes.
And not so much the game itself, right, of soccer. So
yeah,
there's like legal technicalities here.
Yeah, and one of the either reasons to stay away from this or to full on support this, right?
Yeah, so we were talking about this offline, and we believe that this is the way of the future.
We've talked about products along this iteration line.
Yeah.
Before, right? Just in the context of product market fit, makes a lot of sense around sports. You know, different utilizations of these like Web3 rails to speculate on the outcome of players themselves, stuff like that, right? And so somebody put it together. But yeah, there's this gray territory, technicalities, potential roadblock.
Let's assume that this works, and there's probably a flavor of this where it does work long term, meaning when you watch these like major league sports, like this is part of the game itself, right? When there's a draft night, it's like launching a token.
Correct.
Right? So that's cool. And people would be engaged,
sick,
right?
Yeah.
But in order to pitch this to the graybeards at MLB and NFL and NBA and so forth, they would have to be the progressive type of a graybeard to understand crypto and launching tokens against a player.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult, dude. Have you seen like the NFL? It's like very graybeard. I mean, they're starting to young it up a bit. I think like the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have like a really young lad at the helm. But yeah, you're right. Like,
so I guess so if you're gonna try to convince them, that's the barrier you have to kind of get through. So if you want to get this across, what you do is you just build the app anyways.
Yeah.
And you let it play out. And if you generate $100 million, they're going to pay attention. They're probably going to sue you. Or maybe you can figure out some sort of way to like actually license this and get this, through in the end zone.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it has it reminds me a little bit of early NFT days where there were some obvious infringing parties issuing like NFT collections, NFT whatever's on OpenSea. And it really wasn't like much. OpenSea wasn't doing much to mitigate that. It was they're operating under the same like gray territory. Let's just let it run until it becomes a problem, I guess. And then at some point, it became a problem, and these like Disney-owned entities started sending out the cease and desists.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, what's that stand for? Whatever, DC Comics, right?
DC Comics, yeah.
Yeah, and Marvel, whatever. They were like, I see there's people here making millions of dollars off of our intellectual property, so we got to do something about this. But those are the headline grabbers that got people's attention to the NFT market in general, and like it can't be an explosion followed, right? So
yeah.
It almost seems like these types of events have to occur where somebody's willing to kind of like break the rules a bit.
Yeah, I mean, think about Elon and Pump.Fun. Imagine if he was pitching this to investors, the app itself.
Yeah.
Which
I think he did, and mostly got faded.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, he ended up generating $1 billion here or there.
Yep.
And you have to just sometimes run it because nobody will believe you.
Yeah, even with this impending, legal battle. Potentially at the end road of this, but I think if I were part of this team, I would consider that mission successful. It means we did enough damage here, and we proved a model that it's kind of like Napster in a sense. They proved some new use case for the internet and a new industry model for the for the music industry, right? And then after all that legal situation subsided, we had a whole new industry format, right?
Yeah, digital music that ended up being easier to propagate rather than CDs.
100%.
Yeah. All right, so we will start seeing a few billion-dollar verticalized prediction markets take off soon, just like Pump.Fun dominated meme coins generally. But Virtuals and Believe app carved out niches in AI and internet capital markets. So football.fun, noise, and fantasy are early examples.
Yeah, so I guess this is the consequence of this, right? If this app continues to maintain its virality and, like, you know, does end up having hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in volume,
yeah,
then it is going to get the attention of a lot of, you know, industry players, and you're going to see a lot of spin-offs into like different market verticals, right? I think it's a credible thesis at this point, right? Because the market is clearly looking for something new, right? That's not just pure meme coin casinory, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Prediction markets are, I think, going to be a growing thing, and different prediction markets for different industries, I think, is on the way up. So, so we have another tweet here that kind of explains the different kinds of prediction markets out there and all that stuff. So I'll have all the links in the description if you want to go deeper. But yeah, that's it for us. If you guys have any questions on soccer, we are your experts.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you find anything in the crypto space that you find interesting, please put a comment down below. Appreciate you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.